You don't even seem like you have any strong opinions. I thought you were gonna be way more of like have strong stances on shit, but you don't even seem like that. Or of like have strong stances on shit, but you don't even seem like that.
Okay, wait, hold on. Like, first of all, I got a lot of strong opinions on everything. But when you just ask me a question like, what do you think about philosophy in this thing, then...
No, I didn't mean, what do you think about philosophy in general, but like, so
No, but I mean, in terms of systems, like, I'm a pretty easygoing dude. Now, if you want to argue about something like related to like a policy position, so for instance, you brought up abortion.
I don't want to argue. I don't think that we have anything to argue about, because I don't think it's even worthwhile to have like any hard stances on anything, because ultimately we can't change anything. We have no power. We have no control over these issues. So like, even if I had some stance on abortion, I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-life. What the fuck does that change?
Well, I mean, it's going to change who you vote for a president who puts in the Supreme Court.
Voting doesn't do anything. You really think that voting matters?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean? How do you think people win elections?
Where do you live?
Right now in Florida.
Oh, Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're always going to, I mean, that's a swing state. But ultimately, I live in New York. Like, it's never going to vote anything else than...
You've got, there are down ballot people you can vote for. I mean, like,
you know the down ballot people?
Not in fucking New York. But I'm just saying,
you know,
like,
the down ballot people in Florida?
Not for this coming election cycle, no. But I haven't started following this election cycle yet. But I mean, like, down ballot isn't going to be as important. You asked me about abortion in particular, and abortion is going to be a presidential vote. And I mean, some states are going to matter more than others, right? If you're in California, maybe your vote doesn't matter as much. But if you live in some of those swing states, you know, if you're in like Arizona, Pennsylvania, I think Michigan, like all these states, like it's probably going to matter who you vote for, right? Because
yeah, you don't think that all of that is just performative, and like, do you really believe in politicians?
Believe
you think
in
politicians actually
like, do I think they're real, or do I like...
No, do you think that politicians actually have like in best interest? Do you think they actually care about stuff like abortion, or are they all just saying stuff on TV so that they get more power?
I think they're saying and doing what they need to get elected, which is good. That's what politicians should do.
Exactly. So then why do you even vote? Like,
well, because if you're voting for people because abortion is important to you, then chances are they're going to do something to make abortion legal, because that's what's going to get them reelected. So I think that they do things to get more power, and more power to a politician is winning elections, and that's what you want them going after power for, because winning elections means most people voted for them, right? Isn't that what you want a politician to go after? You don't want a politician that wants less power. What does that mean? They're just not doing anything in office because they don't care if they win re-election or not?
So ultimately, I am kind of nihilist. I guess that's a philosophical stance. Like, there's just, I don't see any point in voting anymore. I don't see any point in investing any mental energy in that, because I'm just one person. My vote has so little power and matter. Like, the electoral college is what elects the politician. Besides the down ballot people, we can't, it's all an illusion. Us thinking like having a stance on something like abortion is just to make us feel good and feel involved, when ultimately it doesn't do anything.
That's like saying that like going to the gym is a waste of time because I went once and I didn't get shredded. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, voting
so
one time.
If
everybody votes in accordance with what they believe in, then yeah, outcomes are going to change for sure. I mean, Trump winning that election was really, on your own. Trump winning that election was really important. Yeah, you can't vote on your own because we live in a country full of 330 million people. But like, Trump winning that election is why abortion is gone.
Okay, but going to the gym actually affects your life. You could fix yourself and have immediate results. Voting and hoping that 300 other million people have the same ideas as you is almost pointless.
I mean, if you think that, then I guess you just don't have to vote. But then you're just like doubling the power of the guy next to you who disagrees with you, who's voting otherwise. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, this is how any large project works. It's always going to take like the buy-in of every single individual working to kind of make sure you're moving towards some outcome. But I mean, like, this is going to be the same of every large project you're involved in. Like, your individual effort might not necessarily matter as much.
That's why I'm not involved in any large. What large projects are you involved in besides voting?
Large projects I'm involved in besides voting. I don't know. I was streaming. I kind of do my own thing, so I'm probably not involved in many at the moment. But other than like political other stuff,
the only large project you're involved in is politics.
Sure, but I mean, that's a pretty important project, right?
Chat, what do you think? WRL on voting. I want to see if they agree. I don't know. Personally, I think that's a mostly white idea to think that voting matters. Like, people in the hood, most people don't vote because it's like they understand, or there's a collective understanding that this system is just something that has nothing to do with our regular lives. And if you think about it, like, how different was the world after Trump got elected? Besides what you see on your Twitter feed, was it really that different than Obama? What changed?
I mean, in the United States, a great deal changed, right? Like, so for instance, if you look at Supreme Court stuff, you've got the Roe v. Wade stuff, you've got however many conservative decisions come out of that court. If you look
But what changed in your life? Besides Twitter?
In my life, nothing changed. I'm a rich white dude. Nothing matters to me, right? I would argue that
Same thing.
I would argue that
dude.
Sure, but
not change either.
Not caring about like shit like that, I think, is an example of like, well, you're wealthy, so you're insulated from most of society's problems. But like, if you were one of those people that got, you know, PPP checks, or if you were one of the people that got the second like coronavirus check, the $2,000 of stimulus, if you were the people that on the extended unemployment insurance, like these are people whose lives were all like measurably positively impacted. If you're going to be one of the people that are working for a company that got a job under the
$1,000. A couple K, they all got it back from the gas prices. That shit was nothing.
A couple $1,000.
They took away everybody's jobs. They took everybody's jobs away for 2 years.
No, not everybody's jobs got taken away. That's why unemployment.
Pretty much, though.
Not even, dude. People were making more money on unemployment insurance than they ever made working. That shit was wild. Arguably, one of the reasons why we have inflation right now is because of how much money was paid out in UI.
But who got richer? Who got richer from something like unemployment? Jeff Bezos. Amazon stock tripled. Everybody just went to Amazon and spent it on things that didn't matter because they were inside and bored. That didn't actually help anybody.
I mean, the people that were buying products from Amazon that were getting shit were helped, right? Amazon's stock price doesn't go up because nobody's being served by it, right? There's a reason why these companies have such massive prices, because they serve like products to so many individuals, no? It's not like Bezos is making a ton of money out of nowhere. It's because people are buying shit and getting shit for their money, which is probably
that's what I'm saying. Like, people thinking that the government did a good thing by giving us unemployment and fucking stimulus checks was, you know, pretty much just like, it's like a Band-Aid on a bigger problem. They kept everybody inside. They told you to take a shot. You had to keep your face covered for 2 years. I don't know, something like that didn't completely ruin your faith in a bigger system. That opened up my eyes and a lot of people in my chat to just like, okay, this is all rigged. This is all a scam. We have no control. We're all just like operating in the system and thinking that we have power and when we really don't.
Well, what was the alternative? To just do nothing? I mean, I remember when conservatives...
Well, make money. To go improve yourself. Go to the gym like you said. Something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the issue is you've got a lot of people getting sick and dying from fucking disease, right? Like, I remember initially...
99.9% survival rate.
Yeah, I remember hearing this so often, brought it up by conservatives, that there was some estimate in the beginning that, like, millions of people would die if we did nothing. And everybody, all the conservatives laughed at the number and said it was impossible. And here we are, after doing all the things we did, like, 2 years later, and 1 million people still died. What do you mean nobody died? There were a lot of people that died from this disease.
1 million people in 2 years? That's not bad at all. I think more people died because the hospitals closed from other diseases.
If the hospitals were closed, it was because
Not the hospitals closed, the hospitals were all filled up from, like...
people with the coronavirus, yeah. And that was with us doing all the protective measures we did. If we would have done nothing, it would have been, like, 10 times worse. Like, our protective measures were so, like, we're so successful, even though we were still getting people sick from the coronavirus. We had, like, 2 flu cases for, like, a year, right? And we were still getting that sick from the coronavirus. If we do nothing, what? Then we have, what, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million deaths? Like, there's an argument to be made that the only reason Trump lost the election is because so many Republicans ended up dying from the coronavirus that they didn't have the votes they needed to win elections.
How many people you know personally really died from the coronavirus?
I had 3 extended family members, but I'm young. Most of my family didn't die from the coronavirus.
Most people, I barely knew it. Even my grandma survived it.
Do you think all the numbers were fake?
Did you? Oh, hold on. Did you get the jab?
3 of them, yeah. All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.